caption. You saying party boys? Are we live? All right. Act like it.
We should be live now. We live, baby. I think. I ain't sure.
Good morning and welcome to Technical Support with August Love Story.
Right. And the gang. It looks better though.
Okay.
You like if you say so, my ninja.
We're trying to figure this thing
What's
out,
up, cousin?
guys.
I think we got a
Good morning,
yeah.
cousin.
So we are live.
All right. We got to figure this all out all over again.
So I guess we're going to jump in. Welcome to another episode of the Love Brew podcast. I'm your host, Tommy T.
I am.
You got talking to Mike, baby.
I'm talking in the mic.
Okay.
I am Artica. You don't see this mic right here?
I was looking at your numbers. I got another way to monitor now.
You need to look at me.
Nah, if your numbers ain't in there, then you know.
Who is that? Sharon. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Sharon.
I can't see way over there. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
pull
was
it
gonna
up
say,
over here.
Just muted over there.
It's already muted, Tommy.
So, guys, if you guys didn't know, the volume is low.
That's for who? Me or Tommy or both of us?
Look, we running technical support
Live.
and we got a delay on it.
Yeah. Volume is low. I hope this is better. I don't know. Are you adjusting the volume?
I did.
Oh, okay. Hopefully y'all can hear us better now. I'm looking at my numbers and they look like they are mid-green.
Like that's what you wanted.
I don't know what he's doing over there.
I was fixing my cord.
Oh, okay.
That's what you want it. You want it like in the middle. You don't want it yellow because it's getting too high, but you should be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we got a new setup that we're working on.
You look like you was waiting on me to say something.
I was like, where are we in this whole?
Good morning is where we still are.
Good morning. I said good morning.
Did you see I
Hello,
texted to
and
you?
how are you? No, I didn't.
And I texted last night when you were. So let's start over. We got a new setup. We're not using the software we used to use. Is this not? It's not software.
Yeah, this is software.
No, I'm saying the last one wasn't software because it wasn't installed.
You can say it's software.
I'm on my TV instead of my phone, so the volume is good. Okay.
Look, I'm checking it now.
So, we used to use a different
Good morning,
software.
Miss Tillman.
The price jumped drastically about 4 or 5 months ago. They gave us so many months at the rate that it used to be, and that rate has now expired. What he put in there?
Nothing. He said here.
Oh. So it had doubled from when we initially got it, and then the quality of things started going down with the price doubling. And I didn't care about the quality; I cared about the finances.
Yeah, and
Tommy was like,
and typical father was like, nah, I ain't doing this. I ain't paying for this.
nah. Artica was also like, we ain't paying for this. So Tommy talked to Glenn, and they found, I think both of them had independently found this software that we're using now.
Yeah.
And we just been supposed to be getting together to test it, and we didn't start testing until like 10 o'clock last night, and I was sleepy, and I still didn't go to bed until 1 because we did have like a 30-second delay, so it was a lot. However, here we are. We got it together.
We think. We hope.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We also got to figure out how to put the intro video that we used to have back in there.
Good morning, High Five.
But that's going to be another story for another day, not this morning. But so far, so good. We figured out the delay. We I don't know. It's up. It's running.
Yeah, we're here,
Y'all can hear
and
us.
we not so far back.
Okay. So the delay is fixed.
Yeah,
That's about all I got.
that's all you need.
uh this week Lily finished kindergarten officially.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I talked to her after her last day of school when she got home. And I said, what did y'all do at school today? She was like, nothing. We just listened to music and stuff. I was like, y'all don't be having no curriculum after, like in the last 10 days of school. It's just like, whatever. We here. Kids are here. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's like we're sending our kids because camp hadn't started or
Yeah,
still got to go to work. Like
right.
whatever it is, like that's why the kids still going to school because there is no learning going
Absolutely
on.
not.
Um,
It's dance party, dance fever every day.
right, like they took a day and signed. Lily's had 2 yearbook signing days at school. It's a party every day. That's pretty much what it is. Um, I gotta sit down and figure out some things for. Look at your child. I gotta sit down and figure out some things for
Dang,
my
man,
life.
I should threw that ball away, man. He
You
finna
should have.
squeeze the mess out of that.
Um,
Hey man, you wanna watch
of course
Blaze?
not. I got to figure out some things for the school garden for this fall so that we can actually have some things growing when the kids get back to school in August. So I'm at least going to go work on the front gardens over the summer. Um, they have yearbooks, yes. So Lily's amazing teacher made a class yearbook. So it's just their class throughout their kindergarten year. The first day of school, she took their pictures. She made them wear, of course, because they're in kindergarten. She figures out who everybody is that's supposed to be in her classroom, and she put them on a name tag, and they wore the name tags until she figured out everybody's names. Um, but she took pictures of them on the first day of school, and then through all the little themed spirit days, like when they got to wear pink for breast cancer awareness. Um, what else did she have pictures of in there? Whoever won student of the month, their pictures were in there. Um, when they did the 100, what was it called? 100 days of school where they dressed like they were 100 years old. Those pictures were in there. So like these were pictures that we had seen throughout the year because she does send us pictures. Um, she does send us pictures like of the activities that they're doing, but she like compiled them all into a little book and then sent the parents the links to purchase it. And so we purchased the books. The kids sent them to school, and then they signed them. There was a little boy in Lily's class who wrote "Lily, you are cute," and he didn't sign his name. And I asked her who it was, and she was like, she gave me his name, and she had like this little smirk on her face. I didn't even get into if she likes him, because who knows if she gonna even. Well, I won't say she won't see him again, because their school is very small, and all of the grades do everything together. So like when they'd have recess together. When they have Spanish class, they have Spanish class together. So she's gonna see him again as long as he goes to school next year there. But it's really cute to just like see her be like, he likes me, I don't care. But then the actual school had a yearbook, which I'm sorry if y'all can hear Quad crying in the background. He's upset about going upstairs. But the school has an actual yearbook that has like their official like school yearbook photo that Lily did not smile in. We still haven't put hers in a frame yet, I don't think. Her yearbook photo. Um but yeah, school is done for kindergarten. I have a summer packet for first grade.
Come on.
The first grade summer packet is not as involved as the kindergarten packet was, thank God. But yeah, that's where we are with school. She's going to grandma's for a week next month. I'm excited. I wish it was two,
Hmm.
but alas, here we are.
Yeah,
What?
that's all I got.
Oh, okay.
For everything you just said, that's yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
um, my yard still look a mess. I've been looking at like lawn videos, and this dude on Instagram. It's funny because he's like having yard wars with his neighbor,
Hmm.
and I just thought it was something we made up, but it's like a real thing. Like if you cut your grass,
No, I got it from the internet. I didn't make that up.
man, I thought we made it up.
No.
Like,
No, so I used to joke with Tommy because I saw this online. It was like the suburban thing to do is if your neighbor cuts their grass, you have 72 hours to respond. I saw this guy actually the other day. It was an older white guy. He got mad. He said, "Well, he outside cutting his grass."
I saw that same one.
He was like, "That means I gotta go outside and cut my
I
grass."
wasn't ready to come
I
out.
wasn't. I was not ready to cut my grass, and I gotta get out here and cut my grass now. So, it's just
It's like a call and response video. Like it's like Lil Jon music.
well. The thing is that in like where we live, our end of the street, only two of us cut. No, three cut our own grass.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just too cheap to be like, man. I'm gonna just pay somebody to do it.
well, it's not cheap. You figure out other ways to spend your money. But the people that are immediately our neighbors, they both have somebody come to cut their grass.
Okay.
What is wrong with
And
him?
everything, cause I took that ball from him.
Oh, let him have it in his room.
He won't stay up there.
Oh,
I
okay.
said you can have it up here. He was like, I don't want it.
Oh, he did that to me last night with cookies. He told me he didn't want his cookies if he couldn't take them upstairs.
Man, the
Yep,
funny
it's a weird competition. Don't do some landscaping or gardening. It's all.
right.
They see us outside like doing stuff all the
I'm
time.
pretty sure they're like, WTF are they doing to their yard?
Oh yeah, cause we put some stuff down to kill all the grass.
Trying to grow grass every year now.
Yeah,
I've tried to grow grass, and
yeah,
then
it ain't
I'm
working
calling True Green next, man.
yet.
Sunday, who else do it? Ace got a little thing.
We need to see who's gonna uh have no chemicals in my garden.
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
I'm just like, God.
I know you care about price,
Yeah,
but I want price and no chemicals in my garden.
I just want green grass that I can feel like I'm walking on carpet.
Up by the mailbox, what the county did, that's some nice grass. It's just not lush.
Yeah,
It's very that grass got a little alopecia.
right,
It
right.
got some bald spots, but it's very like soft and pretty.
Yeah,
We just got to get some more of it. But we got a lot of work to do in the yard because them digging up our driveway and part of our yard to fix that water break is a lot.
yep. I wonder can we call the county and be like, hey man, y'all messed up our yard, man.
You probably can. They was supposed to send landscaping
Y'all
back
come
out.
back, y'all come back out and fix it.
But
Fix it.
yeah, and then I got a few things that I want to do out front as far like I planted some hostas last year because when we first bought the house, all we had up front was just some bushes. And the flower beds weren't done correctly. It was just a lot. I was about to ask how much y'all had to do to recover from the damage outside. A lot.
Yeah, our mailbox lost at least 6 inches.
Yeah, cause they hit it,
They
dug out the concrete, and then they couldn't put. They didn't. They first off, they haven't concreted it back in.
Yeah.
Our mailbox is just out there on the wind and the prayer. If it stormed too hard, our mailbox gonna be down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have to get our mailbox concreted back in.
Which I watched Uncle John do something, so I was like, well, I might set it up that way.
So our neighbor 2 doors down just got a super fancy
Look,
mailbox.
and I was like, Okay, noted.
And I'm
Noted.
like, where you? I'm gonna go down there and ask her the next time I see her outside. I'm be like, where you get this mailbox from? I like this.
Yeah.
Cause she just had some guys come out. They popped the old one out and popped that one in so fast. She was
Yeah.
just like, right here, baby, right here.
Yeah. That's her.
um,
Look at Artika being neighborly.
yeah. It's easy because it's mostly like older ladies. You know, I'm
Yeah.
an older lady magnet
Yeah.
that's in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we got to figure out like all this dirt that was like removed from where the driveway is, like getting that back so grass can grow up to the driveway.
Yeah.
Cuz it's just like random trenches. It's like we don't have enough knowledge about landscaping to do this. I'm like I'm about to just go buy some freaking sod.
I'm just like, I don't have enough time.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? If I had more time to just, all right, I can figure this out, I'll do it.
He is such an old man. Quiet is walking down the stairs, mumbling to himself.
I'm pretty. Like, bro, what?
Go throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash. You can get one out the fridge.
But yeah,
Hit
we're
'em with
still
the fresh.
recovering. We have finished everything in the den, recovering outside.
Go get one out the fridge,
What you laughing at?
man. I'm laughing because on here, you remember yesterday, I told you kids just be handing you stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He just, prime example, he just handed me a apple juice thing or apple sauce thing from like months ago.
Is it from months ago?
Yeah, we didn't use that in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Quad also hides things in his room.
Why is Quad sitting on my hand,
Mm-hmm.
dangling?
I don't know. That's your job.
Yesterday he handed me a water bottle, my hat he got off of my desk. He handed me what else was it? A pen. I don't know where he got this pen from. One time Lily gave me a pull up that she was like, "What's in my bag?"
What?
I was like, "Why are y'all handing me things?" He takes stuff off my desk and give it back to me. It's like, bruh, stop.
Oh, one last update. I don't know if I've told everybody about my dad, but my dad recently was in the hospital from taking a fall. Big dude, so I know the ground shook when my daddy fell. My
Big
dad is
dude.
6'6". But yesterday he was able to get discharged from the hospital and got moved to a rehab facility. And he's been getting to video chat with the kids um more often. Well, he's been video chatting with Quad. Lily wasn't
Yeah.
home when we've been video chatting with him. But I talked to my mom, and my mom is gonna make sure Lily gets to go see him while she's with her for that week. And it's just so funny because Lily is still very confused why I have two dads, and because I have my dad and my stepdad. And she's like, well, how is he my granddaddy if this is my granddaddy? And I'm like, well, grandma married somebody after she broke up with my dad. And she's just like, okay. But it's I'm happy to actually get to see that like she knows and understands or is learning to understand how family dynamics work because we're not there, so she doesn't see my dad very often. And she sees my granddad, I mean her other granddad, my stepdad, more because she goes to my mom's house more, and you know my mom is married to my stepdad. So it's just all really, really cute to see. And Lily's gonna have a lot of family time. She gets to be a little cousin again later
Little
on
cousin,
this
huh?
month. Your family?
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
she had a blast with Amina's kids
Did she?
at the last family reunion.
Did she?
Yeah, they had a little cousin crew.
They did.
And so Amina's girls are much older than
Mm,
Lily. Lily's kind of bringing up the rear
yeah,
as far as that group, that age group, school age group of cousins.
yeah.
Then you have Quad and a couple of other baby cousins. But it was really cute to see them all together, and she's gonna get that again in a couple of weeks as well with Tommy's cousins. So fun times
Yeah.
ahead
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
And expensive times.
Very expensive times. I'm not looking forward to expenses.
I'm not either, man. I'm gonna try my hand at vlogging again.
We got a better camera for it now.
We got a bunch of better cameras for
Well, I'm
it.
saying for vlogging, the DJI is
Yeah.
much better
Oh
for
yeah.
vlogging.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think that's it about us.
Yeah.
You got something else?
No, man.
I was trying to get through the us
I
while
can't
you was
keep.
being distracted by your son.
Yeah. And then guess what? He went up there and watched Blaze.
I know.
I be like, yo, why we
He
gotta
gotta
go,
put up a
why
fuss
we
about
why
it.
we gotta go through all this?
He has to put up a fuss about
And that's that on our parents' corner.
it.
Man, nobody told us. Like I every time they're doing something, I'm thinking back to myself. Like, did I do that?
Probably.
You know, like was it like that when I was a kid?
Well, our parents weren't doing things like this.
No, I get it, but it's like we're not doing this all the time. We're just on here for an hour, and sometimes an hour and a half, and it's like,
One thing that our kids don't have that we both had was grandma's house.
yeah, they should, man.
Because if your mama wanted to go do something, or if my mom wanted to go do something that they needed no distractions, go to your grandma's house.
Yeah,
But then I also had a older sibling that was a built-in, sitter.
yeah,
Because my brother and I are almost 12 years apart.
yeah.
So.
See, I get it. Let me mark off my stuff here.
Kids be handing you stuff.
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
Because he really wrote that down, y'all.
New setup. Check. Why is everything Disney so expensive? We'll talk about it. That's on you. So you jump in whenever.
I'm gonna say you want me to talk about that now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last night,
Last night,
I'm trying to work my way through all these trainings for things that. Can you stop? I was trying to work my way through another training. So I think I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, travel agent on the side. Never went through all of the trainings for these different companies. I was just doing like in-person trainings with my travel agent host. Of course, those stopped around COVID. I think we've had one or two since COVID, but I didn't make them because I got kids. And the last thing I want is my kids screaming in the middle of a training.
I got kids.
Most of the ladies that are there, actually all the people that are there are retired except for like two of us.
Yeah.
So I started working on some Disney training because like I really do want to visit a couple of different Disneys. Like Disney Paris is definitely on my list. I would love to visit Disney in Tokyo as well. And they're so much less expensive, like by the day,
Yeah.
than Disney World in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the price comparison is for Disneyland. But I started doing the stuff and I started looking into this resort that Disney has because that was one of my trainings was a resort called Aulani in Hawaii. It's on the island of Oahu. Just for giggles.
I wonder who named these islands.
Hawaii?
Yeah. Because we didn't originally own Hawaii, right?
No.
Who did?
I think Hawaii was, I don't know who it was owned by specifically, but it was Asian.
Oh.
Because you know,
Don't say,
the maps.
I'm not a geographist.
Okay, so the maps that the United States put out,
Yeah.
it's always the 48 states.
Yeah.
And then they put a little blurb for Alaska, a little blurb for Hawaii. Hawaii is out there.
It is. It is.
Like, it makes no sense how far out there it is, but it is out there, out there.
Hawaii, I always look at Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico, right?
Puerto Rico is not so far out.
I'm just saying, but it's a state or
A territory.
territory. It's not the same thing. They can't vote.
They vote for their local things, like up to governor, but they are governed by the United States, but they don't vote for president.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Anyway, I look at them as like
Which
vacation.
So I need to find a documentary on this.
Yeah.
Like I always see the one about how the states got their shapes. I don't care about the how the states got their shapes. What we need to look at those little blurbs on the map of disrespectful. I want to know why Puerto Rico, Guam,
What's up, mama?
what is it? American Samoa.
Good morning.
Is that it?
What?
I think it's those three: Puerto Rico, Guam, and American Samoa, and then the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Mm-hmm.
They're all governed by the president, but don't get to vote for the president.
You want this? You don't? All right.
It was a lot going on right there too. I was okay. Back to this resort. It's in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. I started looking into it. I was like, "Oh, this is nice. I got the characters coming. My kids aren't gonna be like Quad's not gonna be big enough to ride mini rides anyway. So why don't we try to do this?" I put it in for 4 nights in February, which is the off season. It's their wet season, and it was $7,000. We still have not gotten there, nor have we eaten
What you talking about?
to the resort. Like
Go get it.
it's a resort. And this they didn't have the standard rooms available. They only had like the villas. Which villas, yes, they bump up the cost of things a little bit. But why was it $7,100 for us to take 4 people? It was not all inclusive, D. It was just a resort.
This in Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
7,000. All
And
right.
we still have not gotten there. We don't have plane tickets yet.
All right, so this is what we need to do. I got to figure out how to get 1,000
Mm-hmm.
and do it 7 times.
Okay.
Then
Oh,
I'm
she wants
good.
a croissant.
Oh, you want a croissant? She brought the whole thing.
Yeah. 7,000 American dollars for 4 nights. Absolutely. I went to Jamaica for 7 nights with my plane ticket included for like $2,500. Yeah. I get it that the name Disney is attached. It's just like that was my question. Like, why is Disney so expensive? Disney travel is crazy expensive. Just let them watch Disney while dressing up.
We do.
Lily definitely does. Lily dresses up as all the princesses as she's watching their movies.
Mm-hmm.
Quad don't care.
Yeah.
Quad has only been able to dress up as one Disney character, and that was Olaf because Lily picked out his Halloween costume that year.
You good? All right.
But I did look at going on a Disney cruise. That's going to be very difficult because Tommy don't want to cruise to the Bahamas anymore.
No. I be feeling like I've been there.
I get
This
it.
will be the 3rd time.
Yeah, our next
And I
cruise
feel-
is going to be the 3rd time.
And it's only so many times
And we're going to the same port.
Yeah. It's only so many times I can go on vacation and then I can go out of the country. And if every time I'm going is going to the same place, well, I ain't did nothing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You
I
know.
fully understand your.
What did you think it was going to taste like?
She thought it was going to be sweet.
You thought it was going to taste like what?
Lily's disappointed in her croissant. Go
What you
put it
want
back
me
in the
to do?
kitchen.
Go.
Put it back in the kitchen.
Get your plate out of the dishwasher.
I'm sorry. Very distracting. Yeah. I looked at the Disney cruise. The Bahamas one is not one, so we'd have to like port out of LA, I believe. That's the other option here.
Yeah.
I did look into the Disney cruise in Italy, like leaving out of Italy, and it does like 7 days over that way. The problem with Disney is that, you know, like Royal Caribbean and Carnival specifically, because those are the 2 that I've looked at, will give you almost 2 years to pay on a cruise. Disney be like, our itineraries don't go out that far. So, and then the Carnival and Royal Caribbean are like, you can put down $25, you can put down $50, $100 per person in a room, like something much lower. Disney be like, we want 20% down, and then you can pay on it.
Yeah, the thing about the cruises, like, honestly, I'd rather just fly out to wherever we're going,
Mhm.
and then go enjoy the country or whatnot. But I'll go on a cruise, and that's true too. Um, to change where you take the cruise, it's like, man, I don't know. I ain't in charge of that part of the.
No, I've been looking at other places. Like I've been looking heavily at New Orleans
Like I gotta get
and
past.
Galveston.
I gotta get past Mississippi.
I understand.
Like
I understand.
I need to go west of Mississippi.
You've done a lot.
Yeah,
East
right.
Coast
Like
wise,
I've been
though.
to all 28 states on the East Coast. I don't know if it's 28 or
I
not,
don't know. It's
but
not.
I've been through a lot, like all of them.
Yeah.
But I've never been past Mississippi.
Yeah.
And
So us doing New Orleans, if we do New Orleans, it's gonna be a feat for you.
oh yeah, be like, man, we need to get in like a day or two before, so
You
we
know
can
what I would
actually.
love to do is go back to the city that I lived in Louisiana and just see how things are different.
Yeah.
I know that I
Yeah.
won't remember much.
Only thing I don't want to do is see alligators. I don't. I don't want no floods to happen.
Oh, I would love to do a swamp tour.
Man, no, you know what's crazy? I actually it's a hotel in Arkansas.
In Hot Springs.
I don't know. And I seen it on Netflix and it was a cave. And I would love to just go there and like spend the night.
That sounds like it would be in Hot Springs. Cave Hotel
I have no clue.
in Arkansas.
We gotta teach them.
Parthenon.
Hey man, get out of there.
It
I-
says it's in Parthenon.
Yeah.
I have no idea where Parthenon is.
Like I still want to go to Nashville to see the what is the thing about the Greek gods?
The Parthenon.
Yeah. I ain't seen that. I've been to Nashville a bunch.
You have been to Nashville.
Um
All right, so it is not near Little Rock.
Nah, I
Or
didn't
Hot
think
Springs.
I didn't think it was near the Little Rock. Texas is where I want to go. I definitely want to go to California. But I want to be a tourist. You know, there's a lot of times you be seeing people be like, they want to go look at the hood and all this, and I want to be a tourist. You hear me? I want to do all the stuff touristy. Like when we went to Savannah and did that ghost tour, of course I was disappointed. I don't know what I was expecting.
Oh, I was so upset that they got my hair wet. Oh my goodness.
What did they spray us with?
Water. They turned on the like fire sprinklers to like say it was a ghost in the room.
I was
And
like,
I was like, you got my hair wet. And at that point in time, my hair, I was a straight natural.
man, I want to go.
I'm going to Cali next week, Tommy. Why did that message get
What? What message?
It says D's message got. Oh, she said that. No, never mind.
I don't know.
On and off buses. An on and off bus tour. I've done one of those in New York City.
What is the on and off? Bus?
Like you get on the bus,
Yeah.
they drive you to something, and you get off the bus and tour it, and then you get back on the bus
Yeah, I want to
and
do
go
all
do
that.
something else. I did that in New York. I did like 3 bus tours. In New York, I did which I think you would like, a movie
Yeah,
tour where they take you to like where they film certain things.
all of it. All
What part
of
of California do you want to go to? Northern or southern? Okay, that's your all
Both.
of it.
Both.
Every
BOF.
every.
BOF.
I think he more so wants to go to L.A.
Yeah, so the thing about it, right? LA, I want to see all the stuff that it is to see. In
Like
LA.
what?
Like I want to go to. I was gonna say the Staples Center. It's called something else now. I want
Is
to
it
see
SoFi?
yeah. I want to see the Hollywood state sign.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the Celtics beat the Lakers.
Good luck.
Um,
I'm not saying that as a
yeah,
dig. I'm saying that as a
right,
getting there
Nah,
during the time
yeah,
that there's
I know
a game.
I know it.
Making that work for your life.
Exactly. What else is there? Like all the other
The
stuff.
Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame. I want to be a tourist.
Walk.
I would- I want to go to a studio.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. I
Okay.
wouldn't mind seeing that.
It's not live.
It's not. No, they recorded it like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So he said
I
that.
was in the audience of a few shows in New York City. The
It's
only
a-
thing that was truly live Was Good Morning America.
Now, wax museums, they not as scary as statues, but um,
He has a statue fear.
I have a fear of statues. I don't know where it comes from, and it's like I truly, if it's a really really big statue, it makes me nervous.
He's gonna stay in the car.
Man, I want to go to New York, see the Statue of Liberty. That's the funny part about my fear of statues. I want to see them. Hey man,
I don't know what's going on here.
you know the story, girl that cried wolf.
Uh huh.
Quad story is Quad that cried wolf because we don't be knowing what's going on with him, man.
But he's happily screaming right,
Right.
now, so I'm gonna let him have it. He is waving his arms like somebody is after him.
Man,
Anywho,
I randomly want to see the what's the mountain with the presidents?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I want to see that. I wouldn't mind going to like a I don't know. I want to go to the Negro Museum, the Negro League Museum.
Where's that at?
It's in Kansas, I believe.
Statue of Liberty was nice to see.
Like it's funny because I told somebody this, and I'm gonna let y'all know too because I'm a sharer. So I was thinking about the Statue of Liberty, and I was like, I've never seen like pictures of it. Like, you know how you go on Google and you see the pictures like people have taken. I was like, I've never seen a picture because I never looked up the Statue of Liberty. It's like I know what it looks like, I know where it is.
Well, then you've seen the picture.
No. It's. I'm talking about one of those regular pictures. Like I seen a picture of the Statue.
You
of
talking about
Liberty.
like somebody that you know took a picture
Yeah.
and was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
I didn't take a picture of the Statue of Liberty when I was there.
Oh, I'm gonna take so many when I get
It
there.
just wasn't a thing that I was like, "Ooh, this will be
But
fun."
you see the Statue of Liberty on a movie or TV show or something like that, but it looks different. And I want to see a bad picture of the
bottom
Statue
of
of Liberty.
it is like crusty.
Yeah, I want to see all that. But I looked at it was the Statue of Liberty, and then they talked about another statue bigger than the Statue of Liberty. I can't remember where it is, and so I'm looking at the picture, heart beating all fast.
Why's your heart beating fast looking at a picture?
Hands start sweating. I was like,
you were in an Eminem song.
Right. Thank you, Hubert.
Oh my goodness.
I really appreciate this picture, man.
Oh, he texts you one.
He did. He was the cousin that you need in your life. He looks out for you, boy. I ain't lying to you. Look at it. It's a beautiful picture.
It is. That's a good picture.
Yeah. I'd be nervous as heck. Where were you at, Hubert?
We got to get you to New York City.
I got to travel more.
Yeah.
I really do. I moved.
I think we have to stop making things be such grand
But
trips
I be wanting
and just
grand
do
trips,
something.
though.
But I'm saying is just do something regular. Like way back in the day when my mom could fly a jump seat for FedEx.
Yeah.
We would just see what was leaving out at the time that we was able to get to the airport.
Yeah.
And go.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, man. I always like it's.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like we can't do that in particular.
Yeah.
But I always there's an app I have. I can't remember the name of it. I have to look it up. But it'll like you can put what your home airport is, and they tell you like the cheap flights that are going out to certain like to the destinations, and they start at the bottom. Like, of course, I'm gonna start off by prefacing this with saying some of these are gonna be Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant trips, but it'd be like you can get to Puerto Rico for $32, or you can go to Kansas for $57, and it's just doing that.
Yeah, I need to try that out.
Just get in the car and drive.
I was finna say something funny, high vibe. I can't remember it now.
That's terrible. I think that we've done a lot of drivable things from here.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've gone, of course, to Savannah. We've gone to South Carolina. We haven't gone to North Carolina together, which we need to do because we actually have people in North
We
Carolina.
need yeah. We need to plan some trips and call it the blackest trip that we
Mm-mm.
could take. No,
No.
you know it's a is it a slave museum or it's some type of slave thing that they like in Alabama that I wouldn't mind seeing. Um,
No clue what that is.
I can't remember what it was, but it's like a park.
Have you ever been to Huntsville?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to run in Huntsville. Like I ran track so I could travel.
No, I get that. I was
'Cause
asking if you had been to Huntsville because I want to take the kids to the Space Museum.
What is Google Travel?
It's a Google thing like that. Like you can kind of do what I said
Yeah.
with putting in the information, and it'll tell you what's going out.
Oh, okay. I
You
got
can track flights and stuff like that. Like I have a flight tracker on there right now that apparently is not going well for me.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
driving to Texas.
Yeah,
Houston's
no,
nice and
shit,
cheap.
I'm
flight from
barely
here.
driving to Alabama, man.
Now, the last time I drove, well, I didn't drive. The last time I rode in a vehicle to Texas, like not on a plane, was my senior trip.
Yeah,
We went to Houston.
yeah. We rode on a bus to Florida for my senior trip. We had a good time.
Hmm.
We had a good time. Bunch of 18-year-olds hitting the road together.
That was the longest trip ever.
Oh, we had a
Like,
blast.
us going to we went to Astro World. That was back when Mike Jones was hot. So
Who?
everybody was calling Mike Jones.
Who?
Soon as we got to Texas, I don't know why they waited until we got to Texas, as if that was gonna change everything.
Yeah.
But they waited until we got to Texas and started calling Mike Jones.
That's crazy. That's so funny. 18-year-olds on the bus.
Mm-hmm. Man,
We done spent a lot of time talking about traveling. Speaking of traveling, I don't know where I was going with that,
you
but
talk about Zion.
I was going to talk about the Secret Service. I was going to let Zion be after the Secret Service.
Okay.
So, two people got to fight.
What did I text
One
you?
person took the shirt off, talking about who else want to mess with Hollywood Cole.
What did I text you about that?
So
You said you knew. You said they probably black. And I said when I read, what was it that I read? Oh, I can't find it. They was talking about whooping somebody.
like get her out of here before I whoop her butt or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's-
Yeah, before I whoop this girl ass. That was the quote that let me know
Yeah.
I was dealing with a black person. But could you imagine just walking outside to this outside the president's house?
The President Obama's home. So
I don't
this
acknowledge
past
the guy that's in there right now.
this past week, it was two Secret Service agents got suspended after getting into a fight in front of President Obama's home in Washington. Um, honestly, man, that's something unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And it was two women.
No, I don't know. I don't think they mentioned their genders.
Oh, I don't know, but it sounded like what you said to me.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a direct quote? Yeah, that sounded like two girls.
I don't know. I know one of them was a girl.
Yeah, black women too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, is it an age range that you have to be? Because it's like I would feel like if you're a Secret Service agent, you got a little bit more control over yourself. And
You
what could they possibly had gotten that bad? They was like, all right, put your dukes up.
I don't know.
They supposed to be protecting somebody, and they sit out here fighting each other.
Like, who broke it up? Was it another agent?
It had to be.
I wonder how many he has, like, on property at the same time.
Well, it's probably the folks that he messed with too. Like the people that was with him the whole time. Like, hey, bruh, Come on with me. Ain't no, you know, it's probably a relief too. I would think.
What you
Like,
mean?
think about it, man. So as president, you're on much higher alert. Like
Mhm.
you still on high alert as an ex-president,
Mhm.
but I'm talking about the Secret Service agents. I would think from the
Mhm.
movies that I've watched, Olympus has fallen.
Mhm.
Olympus, London has fallen, and Olympus on Fire. I think that is the
I've
name of
never
the third.
watched any of
You
these.
man, you need to see all of
Oh, this is not Papooses Black Love gear.
them. So, I would think that they like, that's a gravy job.
Mhm.
Like,
I wouldn't think it's
no,
gravy,
I'm
but
not saying like not gravy, like everything all gravy train, but it's not as bad as being the actual president's
mhm.
Secret Service
Because
agent.
why would anybody be targeting the
Like
former president?
they missed a shot.
Yeah.
You know, like where it really would matter.
Mhm.
Like,
Where it makes a change.
right, because that's most of the time why presidents are assassinated, because they don't like what they're currently doing.
Mhm.
Um, so you get out here and you're acting a fool like that. I wondered like what their mama said to them,
Nothing.
because
I just ain't. I just don't have this job no more.
as a dad, I'd be like,
Your kids are grown at that point.
yeah,
Ain't
right,
nothing you can say to
right. No, I would still say something like it doesn't change the fact I ain't gonna change because they grown. Stop, man. Stop. Stop. What is wrong with you? We'll tell her to get out. But why both of us waiting for that?
I'm waiting on the right now. Get out.
He gonna swing at it.
We gotta stop that.
Yeah, I know it.
I make him stop every time I see it.
I do too. I make her stop. Man, once like this past week, I heard it.
She popped.
Wow.
Did he cry?
Yeah, he cried. I said she didn't know I heard it.
Mhm.
I said, Lily. I said, what you do that for? Cause he was in it, like, if you put your hand on my child again, it's gonna be me and you. Anyway, man, yeah, that was crazy. That's a crazy situation with the Secret Service. I can't keep track of how long we've been up here.
Just go ahead. Move
But
on.
um yeah, I don't
You
know.
have 8 more minutes. Go ahead.
No, I mean, how you know?
It's 9:22.
Oh, we didn't start at 8:30.
Go ahead.
She still in your room? Lily, get out of this room.
His face immediately
Go ahead.
changed.
Go ahead. She coming out. Go ahead. Why you in his room and he asked you to get out? Go in your room. Y'all got the same things in your room. Okay? All right, go ahead. Man.
Go ahead.
Anyway, this also this week, Zion Williams. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's the greatest. He's probably one of the best players to be injured in the NBA
What?
and not get a chance to play like you should. Man, just like coming into the
You saying D Rose is the first?
nah, it's Greg Oden was supposed to be like the new coming.
He said that's better.
But Zion Williamson, is it Williams or Williamson?
Williamson.
Zion,
Mhm.
he was supposed to he's supposed to come to the league and change it. Like I said him and Ja Morant is the new face of the league, which they are not. Um
Lawsuits are the new divorce.
yes, sir. So he's been accused of
Graping?
SA,
Graping?
raping, and kidnapping. He basically been
I didn't know it was a kidnapping.
yeah. They said it was a kidnapping charge. He basically has been diddlered. I don't feel. Now this is my opinion. I have no background in what they talking about, or I have nothing, but just strictly off the strength of He used to mess with corn stars. They call him corn. You can't say the P word.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen that on the internet.
Okay.
And it was what's her name? I can't remember her name. It's Mariah something. And he like broke up with her or or something like that. But
He had another girl pregnant.
he was paying her to be his girlfriend or something. I don't know what the situation was, but they was doing it. And I believe like the lawsuit is all these bad things he did, but they did it as a Jane Doe.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I think is unfair. If you're gonna say I did all these things, put your name out there. Don't just be like saying I did all these things and then it's as a
But
Jane
the
Doe.
thing is, he knows who the Jane Doe is.
Yeah, cause ain't all of this public record.
Look at
Yeah.
Tommy using all the
See,
safe words.
I've grown a little bit, Hubert. I've grown, but like, ain't it all public information?
What?
It's like it's
The lawsuit?
yeah,
Yeah, it's but Jane Doe is what's listed.
yeah,
So the attorneys put her like listed her as a Jane Doe when they filed the suit. And a judge can make it so that you have to say who you are.
mm-hmm,
Um, I know that in the Diddy case, which you mentioned, there is she's not listed as a Jane Doe, but there is a person who is going by an alias,
mm-hmm, yeah, I know that
Mia,
part.
in that case. And because she was able to go as Mia in her civil case
Yeah.
against him, they are allowing her to just go as Mia
So my
in
question
this
is,
case.
and I get it, man. Sometimes in those situations, you need to keep your public persona private, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can go by Jane Doe. But does the person that you're suing know who it is? Like
Mm-hmm.
they have your actual name. Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm thinking, everybody, it's just Jane Doe, and that's all they know until
They're
they
not
go.
pulling this out of thin air, and it's specifically with the Diddy case. Um, she's there testifying.
Yeah.
He knows who this is.
Right.
And I find it interesting that she still kept partially anonymous, being Mia, when they have gone into great deal about like her roles
Yeah.
within the company. And like she ran Revolt Films at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that difficult to figure out who she was in the public, because be easy to do a little bit of digging. What did Hubert say? Funny how no one goes to the police with these very serious allegations. How are all these people in multi-year non-consensual relationships? I
Well, the way I think about that statement, it's a money thing. I think because of the money, like a lot of people, because we only hear about this with celebrities.
well, no, people be doing this in relationships that don't
Yeah, in the
stand to have any fiscal gain,
Mm-hmm.
but they're amplified when it's a celebrity,
Yeah.
because nobody cares if Charles down the street was whooping his wife's butt, but they definitely care if it was a ring of people involved, because what makes news is big names
Yeah.
and big actions.
I guess like my feeling when I read this and heard about it, my feeling as I was reading, I was like, this seems a little fishy.
It definitely. I'm just trying to figure out, like, Zion has been in the news a lot about his relationship choices.
Yeah.
Like that one girl, I was like, what is wrong with you?
That's what who I was talking about, and that's why I think that's what makes me feel like it seems a little fishy.
Yeah. Like for her specifically, I was like, what is wrong with you? Because she was butt hurt about the fact that he had gotten with somebody else.
Yeah.
And she started talking all this mess. And I'm like, if he was that bad, let him go.
Yeah.
What is it that you want out of this relationship?
Money.
I get that. But it's like, this isn't how you get it.
Who got that Cardi B song "Money"? That's all
Oh,
I
it's
heard
Cardi
in my
B.
head.
Speaking of Cardi B,
Oh
Offset
my
wants
God.
spousal support.
What is, like, leave this girl alone, man.
You done gave her 3 kids
Bruh. Cheated on her.
multiple times.
Bruh, leave this girl alone, man.
Let her
She
have this, let this divorce be clean,
and then
and everybody move on.
then her boyfriend in the news for, I guess, seemingly giving some substance to 3 girls.
Who was her boyfriend?
Stephon Diggs, football player. I assume that he's her boyfriend. Anyway, this Zion Williamson thing is crazy. The Cardi B and Offset, I wish Offset just leave her alone. I think he'll be better off. Like, hey, get your kids set up what you need to set up. You do your thing. Let her do her thing. Y'all just be happily co-parented. That and that's the crazy part, and we're seeing a lot of this stuff, and we're hoping that the cases that we're seeing today, like the Diddler's case, and
The fact that you got him the Diddler.
it's so funny to me. The Diddler, we got this new case with Zion Williamson, and all the, like, Bill Cosby, what's his name, Weinstein. All these cases, I'm hoping that it changes the behavior of people.
It probably won't.
Cause now it more and more people start getting in trouble. That's how behaviors change.
I think
Like, there's
you
a
have to specifically
there's
get
a
in trouble
consequence
for your
behind things,
behavior to change.
because we're hearing things about Diddy's case that, because there was no consequence behind it,
Mm-hmm.
he thought it was okay. Like, cause what's the lady that his girl, not his girl, but his assistant, that I think her name was Kat or something like that,
Who?
for Diddy,
KK?
maybe. But, like, the stuff that she was saying, like, she worked for 5 days straight.
Oh, that's the Mia girl.
No, it's somebody else that did this.
No, that was Mia.
Or was it?
Yes.
Man, like that stuff, there's no consequence
They was
behind
giving
it.
her Adderall to stay up, and she said that, like, she finally was able to go to sleep when she, like,
Capricorn Clark is who I'm thinking about.
that's who you talking about.
Yeah.
But it happened to
Right.
Mia too.
There's no consequence. That's why this happened for so long. Like, she worked for him from 2008, got fired in, like, 2012 or 13, came back in 16, worked for 2 or 3 more years. I'm like, that's why. There's no consequence for what this man is doing. And so that it's gonna be a changed behavior. You know?
Mm-hmm. I remember when he had that show, like, I Want to Work for Diddy.
Yeah. I had when I saw him make them folks walk to Junior's to get a cheesecake, I was like, there's no way I would have done that.
It's so funny because I literally cussed out one of Diddy's security people.
Yeah.
In New York City because Making the Band, they were staying in the hotel that I was staying in.
Yeah.
When they were doing their, like, season finale. It was a live.
Yeah.
And the security guard was trying to tell us that we was, like, groupies.
Yeah.
I was like, first off, I don't even know these people.
Don't call me no groupie. That's what you was like. Don't call me no doggone groupie.
It was like, we were staying at the hotel, and it was like, we were walking into the hotel.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I need to see y'all room keys. You don't get out my face.
Hubert, you have a point. It's not a lot of times me and you agree on certain things, but this time I agree with you.
Oh, no. There are lots of people that need to go with him.
He definitely shouldn't go by himself.
Some of them are now dead.
Yeah, some of them are, but he definitely shouldn't go by himself. Unalive, you can't say that. The D word.
Oh, well, it was.
Well,
I don't know if it was brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. Non-breathing. Deceased. That's a great word. But yeah, to kind of circle back to what we was originally talking about. This Zion Williamson case, I'm interested to see what happens with it because it came out the blue and they're asking for $18 to $50 million. That's the act.
18 to 50, that's a large range.
We almost done.
18 to 20 would be one thing, but 18 to 50, that is a large.
That's a lot of money. So I'm very interested to see what happens in that situation. Speaking of
Please stop. Okay,
relation.
go upstairs.
Speaking of relationships
Go
and
upstairs.
decision making,
Go ahead.
Travis Hunter this past week or
Go a little.
weekend got married to his longtime girlfriend,
Bye.
Liana Hunter. At this point,
Mm-hmm.
going to then.
I just told him that. He don't listen. He almost took that light out.
Yeah, I know he did.
Going to
Um,
den with
so they got married,
him. Mm-hmm.
and the big news about that. First off, congratulations to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they young couple got married on their rise, and I know how.
In the words of Southern grandmothers everywhere, if you like it, I love
Right,
it.
have no issues with it. Definitely have no issues with it. But congratulations to them. And the talk of them is not that their wedding was so beautiful. They actually got married in my hometown.
Oh, why?
Well, I have no clue.
I'm gonna say, who from there? Is she from there?
Nah, I don't know. But you know he's from Georgia. So it's not far, but I don't know. Nobody's talking about the beauty of their wedding, how beautiful they look, how happy they were, or anything. They're talking about the fact that there was no prenup
Mm-hmm.
in this thing. Um, my opinion about that is, man, you should have did something.
Mm-hmm. Travis Hunter, we have all made mistakes in relationships and marriages. I'm I ain't congratulating him on simping. That's why I said if you like it, I love it.
Right, like, yeah.
You just got a contract
Nah, I just
for
feel,
more money than probably most of your family
yeah,
will ever see
right. And now it's
collectively.
if
And I'm not calling them poor,
yeah.
just in general.
Yeah, like unless you got unless going pro is a regular thing in your family, which that's
It
an
don't really go
anomaly,
through families like that.
right? You might get one or two people that's special,
Yeah.
but
I
the
got this
biggest
big old blanket.
the biggest right the biggest issue I have with it is there was nobody in his corner. Well, it might have been somebody, but I would have set up something. Hey, in case we break up, and it's a conversation we have one time. Because who wants to constantly think about that? But in case we break up, get divorced, this is what happens.
The interesting thing though, like, which I wonder why they did this at the wedding. He bought her a G wagon,
Because he could.
but like I'm saying, at the wedding.
Okay, just think of it like this, right? If I had $46 million,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I was like, me and you got married or was getting married, I'd have been like, all right, man, I'm going to do something special for her. I'm going to get her some type of gift because I can do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people told him too. But him giving her a G Wagon at the wedding,
I'm not against you buying your
like,
spouse
you know
a
how
G
much
wagon.
stuff you would have?
But I'm saying I'm not against you buying your spouse a G wagon. I just think it's really strange to give that to me on our wedding day. What am I gonna do with it
Drive it
at the wedding?
after the wedding. That's what we riding home in. Your new G Wagon.
To Jacksonville?
Whatever.
Give it to me at the house.
Anyway, but it's like what was the thought process in not having that protection for your assets?
There wasn't one. He got him a girl.
Not now. Before we even start talking about them needing they have been together. Like I think she was in at Jackson State with him.
Mm-hmm.
She went to Colorado with him. Like she knew there was a ticket there.
What she did was she found a guy that wasn't getting a lot of play with black girls. And she was like, he's going to go far.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we called them cleat chasers.
Not back in your day. It's like I don't.
She found a guy that she thought would go the distance. and she stuck around. And when she realized that he hit the lottery, she hit the
Like
lottery.
I don't think it was like personally I don't know who she is. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the things that she does and like her mannerisms. At the Heisman thing, they was talking about how she didn't stand up. I noticed that,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Is she dumb? Why wouldn't you stand?" This man had just put his like heart and soul into something, which I don't like. Personally, I think Ashton Genty should have got it, but hey, it was a popular contest.
Hmm.
I think this year, and they gave it to like he's not a bad person, but I think it was, you know,
I agree with how vibe. We are trained, black women, go out there and figure it out for yourself. You don't need no man. You got this. You can get it on your own.
but
That's part of why
if
black
y'all,
women are the most educated
yeah,
group of people because they tell us to go out, get a degree, get you a job, and you can take care of yourself. Whereas
that's
other,
what it was. She said she ain't like him at first, and then I believe Artika didn't like me at first, but then you know,
I didn't dislike you. I just didn't. You was too goofy for
did you
me.
think I was pretty?
You was handsome,
Oh,
but goofy and
I
handsome,
think you pretty too.
two different
You was handsome.
things. Shut
All
up.
right.
Um, but it's a thing where like the first time I ever heard this was college. It was like white girls are trying to go to college to get an MRS. I had
Yeah,
several friends that got married in college.
yeah,
None of them were black.
that's true.
None of them were black. That is not what we are told to do. My godmother specifically said to me, you need to go out and do everything you want to do in life before you get married.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's how we are trained. If our children came home at 19 years old in college and said, this my boyfriend, if Lily came home and said, this my boyfriend, he transferring from whatever school I go to another school because his coach taking him for football, nobody's gonna be like, that's a good idea for you to go to.
Yeah, nah.
We're not conditioned that way.
But it's interesting that y'all are told to do that, not depend on a man,
Hmm.
but a man is told to take care of you. You know,
Take it.
be the all for her.
Yeah,
Do
but you
this and
gotta
do
get
that.
her first.
Right, that's the thing.
My right roommate made it a mission to be engaged by her junior year.
Yeah, none of my friends ever said that.
We're told get an education so you don't have to depend on a man. Period.
But my like, so what's the right thing to do? Because I like personally, I don't see anything wrong with them guys getting married.
Hmm.
Like at the way that the age, because they're young.
The interesting thing is that this is a blatant show of gold digger, right?
Yeah,
Blatant. Like I'm following him because I'm trying to get to the money.
yeah.
But Raekwon in the hood work at Burger King calling his girlfriend a gold digger. What does that say? People told him he doesn't want the guidance. What can his family do? Nothing. Hopefully his intuition about her is right. If not, hopefully all he loses his money. Best wishes to the new couple.
First off, J people told him I love the name.
Hmm.
The
No,
sec-
Jay is the name.
Oh,
People
Jay.
told him
Oh,
it's the start.
oh,
My God.
my goodness, my goodness, Jay. I love the name anyway. I got a friend named Jay. I wonder is that Jay?
No, no, because he's been on here and his name is his name.
Oh, Jay.
Like
Anyway.
his last name is on there too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
When
shit.
he's here,
Anyway,
that's not him.
right. Anyway, Jay people told him you should change your name to that.
Time to get it together.
I'm trying to. I personally think that like congrats to them, right? But do a post up.
At this point,
Like the thing about it, we know and we understand that you're gonna take care of this girl, regardless. But there's no protection for you in the case that y'all break up.
black culture is pro singlehood, anti marriage culture. We don't understand it and have unrealistic expectations of marriage. I agree. There are very
Yeah.
unrealistic expectations around marriage, which is very interesting because um it's like marriage in the black community to me has a lot of ebbs and flows
Yeah.
because most of us had grandparents, great grandparents married 40, 50, 60 years until death did their part.
Hmm.
Then you go into like our parents' generation where a lot more people were divorcing.
But then we also, with technology, we now look into the lives of other people,
Hmm.
and the influence is much. Our reach of influence is much bigger.
No, I
Like
agree.
I think about us and the reason why we started our channel, because
Hmm.
we started from just talking about relationships and our August Love Story
They
podcast.
keep turning the TV down and they keep turning it back
Yeah,
up.
man, I don't know what's wrong with them, man.
Thank God you got this
Right.
app here.
Right. Just remember the name, Jay. People told.
At
Uh,
first she was like, "That's his name." No, that's not his
that's not
name.
his name. That's not his name. Him or her. I don't know. His name.
That's
Anyway,
not the name.
um, I sure was looking at it. It's like it ain't gray all the way.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Anyway, my bad. My bad. But no, it's like us starting this channel was so people can get a realistic idea of how we run our marriage.
I thought it was so you could have something to edit.
No, I mean like that too. That too. I needed some practice on that, and we did that, and I enjoyed it. I
Mhm.
enjoyed like it was a way for me to get out my thoughts without being um judged or chastised for
Mhm.
me thinking that way in certain things.
Michelle, I think that you have a age limit to go out and figure it out. And then by like 28, 29, 30, they be like, why you ain't got no husband?
The
Why you ain't
next
got no husband?
right,
You gonna have some kids?
yeah, right,
It's
'cause-
like everybody's always worried about what's next. Like I find it crazy the amount of people that be like, y'all gonna have one more? No.
yeah.
Are you gonna take care of it? Are you going to carry it?
I
That's
want
the biggest thing.
I wanted one more.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You still want one more.
I do.
That's,
I'm gonna just get a dog that I want.
I think that's a wise
Yeah.
idea,
That dog gonna be rain crazy though.
especially with that boy.
Yeah.
No,
The dog's gonna be loved though.
but I definitely think that like when we're like when we're younger, like preteen, teenage years, she don't need no boyfriend. She need to be worried about school. She don't need no boyfriend. She need to be worried about school. And then you go through life and you do all these things that everybody's telling you need to worry about. You need to worry about school. You need to find you a job. Like you need to get an education, find a job. You need to do this. You need to do that. Go buy you a house. Get established in your career. And then you look up and you're like 33 and everybody like, why you ain't married yet? Because everybody has told you that you don't need to make room for love. No, I don't want you to sit with me. You need to make room for love and all those things. What did Hubert say? Michelle, that is a minority of churches now. Pastors preach about single season now. I ain't heard that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more pastors that are single.
Yeah.
And we're seeing different scandals with preachers and
Mm-mm.
everything.
I told him no, so the answer's no to you too.
What?
Can she sit with me? Can y'all go?
She said, "Nah, go in the den with Lily, man. Aren't y'all playing down there?"
I also
Go
haven't
ahead.
been watching very many pastors either. However, I do know that we spend so much time being told what not to do at one point in life. And then when you get married, like I remember people asking me when Tommy and I got engaged, was I pregnant, as if that was the only reason that I would be getting married. And then when year one came and there was no baby, year two came, there was no baby. It was like, y'all gonna have kids? Like, bruh, leave me alone. We need to get married young and sit down. Ain't nothing out here in these streets but constant comparisons and situationships.
That's it.
It is a lot of that.
That's it. I think the best advice when it comes to people getting married
Mm-hmm.
is experience life. Sow your royal oats. Do what you want to, but don't be so shut off to being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so shut off to just focusing on one thing, but be able to experience life and experience what you like and what you don't like. Because the thing about marriage that I've learned, this is my little TED talk,
Okay.
is that growth between the two people are going to happen. You can grow apart, but you can also grow together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they
And
definitely didn't want us to get pregnant before we got married. But then as soon as we get married, we need to get pregnant. It's like I feel like Tyrese. What more do you want from
I
me?
just want you to be happy. That's
It's
all.
like, well, not you, but it's just like I don't know. Obviously, not a black man, but I don't know how like things are like pushed on you guys or said to you guys. Um, but definitely black women. It's a whole don't focus on this, focus on that. And then as soon as you seemingly got it together in this one area, like it starts becoming a well, why you ain't did this yet? Why haven't you done this yet? And those are usually husband, kids.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
they act like you gonna ruin your life if you get married at 18.
yeah. Because I mean, like so many people have done it, and so many people have it's not worked, but a lot of people it's worked for.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you have to start asking those people. You have to start like that's the thing. A lot of people don't get a chance to see healthy relationships
Lily,
or
go back in the den.
or healthy
Go back in the den.
or healthy marriages, and we don't know what they look like. So we have this falsehood of like when we watch Married at First Sight, somebody looking on TV looking for butterflies. That don't happen.
Not
You don't
every day.
you don't see butterflies. There are times where you're married to this person and you're like, why am I married to this person?
Sometimes.
This person is getting on my nerves. I love this person, but I don't want to talk to this person.
I think that it's not enough representation of how life really goes in a day-to-day fashion. And I don't mean just marriage because we get like the housewives shows. You get the extravagance of things.
Yeah.
Now everybody think they need to be um in Nice for 3 weeks on vacation, and if he can't do that, what I'm with him for?
It's the butterflies ain't sustainable, nor are they real. Like it's like
Maybe you just got the bubble goods that day.
this is what I liken it to, right? When I ran track, I ran the 400 meters, one lap, as fast as I could go, right? Every race, before they said ready, I was nervous. I had butterflies in my
Felt
stomach.
like the bottom was gonna fall out.
Man, every time. And the reason was because I'm about to do something hard, right? I'm about to put my body through something that I don't regularly do on like in a constant motion. I'm not constantly doing it because walking a lap, I'm cool. But I have to run a lap fast as possible. 60 seconds is the longest it's going to take me to do.
It's a thin line between butterflies and bubble goods.
Right. But it's like, but as soon as the gun go off, I'm gone. You know, and everything that I thought about was not
Because you can't.
it's not there no more because now I'm in the race. Now I have to run as fast as possible to win, to be good, to do good, to have some success. I have to run as fast as possible as I can. And if I lose, I have to get up and do it again.
Losing is for losers.
Losing is a part of life. And if I lose, let me work a little bit harder at it so I can win.
Yeah.
Because there's no quit in it.
So, going back to this, what were you told?
I need to be a track coach, boy. I'm
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Woo,
You gonna
that
get
was
to
good.
be a baseball coach soon.
Yeah, soon.
Um, what were you told as far as like 18, 19, 20 years old as far as relationships? And I know you were an why can't I get this word out? Anomaly,
Oh,
because you thought you had a child at 20.
yeah,
Turns out you didn't.
yeah.
Did anybody try to pressure you to marry her?
Mm-mm.
Your mom didn't like
Yeah.
her.
Nah, nobody tried to pressure me, but what I was told going into college was, you'll meet your wife while you're in college.
Mm-hmm. Who told you that?
It was one of the ladies at the church,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know why that always stuck with me, but it stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what it meant.
Mm.
So my whole idea was, oh, this is it. This is who God got for me. This is what they said.
You was
So
a lover boy.
yeah,
I could see that.
but but when I saw that the trust is not there, I wasn't mature enough to say this is not doing well. This is not it, because I had a couple of other girlfriends, and I did my thing in college. Um, but I wasn't mature enough to leave that alone, to leave her alone. And so my idea was that's who I was supposed to be with, but I got to get all this other stuff out my system,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And when it came to understanding, like, okay, let's pivot, let's do something else, and I got comfortable with where I was, because right before, like a day before me and you met at the grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this cool. Like life. I'm good. If this is life for the rest of my life,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Because I had everything I needed, and I was where I needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I knew things would improve, moving up with in my career and stuff like that. But I'm good. I said a prayer and had a prayer, and talked to God about it and everything. I was cool.
That's something that I never think about. Hubert said it's tough to stay married to someone whose parents weren't married. It's the biggest marital success factor that we don't discuss, and most black folks weren't. My mom was not married to my dad,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom is married. She got married when I was 18. So they're about to celebrate 20 years. And Tommy's parents were married but separated,
Yeah.
and had been separated for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like we got to go back another generation. You had your dad's parents who had been married forever, ever.
Yeah.
Um,
They was at 60 something years by the time they started dying.
right. Well, by the time your granddaddy died,
Yeah.
you said started dying. Then my grandparents, if my grandmother had lived, if my grandmother had made it to that December, the year she died, they would have celebrated 50 years.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was, my grandfather was my grandmother's second husband.
Yeah.
She had four kids with her first husband, and then married my grandfather, and then had 3 kids with him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because I was almost grown before I realized that my granddaddy wasn't the first kid's daddy.
Yeah.
Even though they had different last names, it was just not something I ever thought about.
Right.
Because they all called him daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you look at those relationships and how things work. My grandfather, at the ending of my grandmother's life, was her caretaker.
Yeah.
Same, the inverse for you, but your grandmother was your grandfather's caretaker. And it's like you get to see those relationships in action. And thankfully, like you didn't get to see my grandparents in action, but I did get to see your grandparents in action. So we got to actually see that, but we had to pull back a generation to see it like in action. But now our kids get to see married grandparents, aunts and uncles, like
Yeah.
great aunts and uncles are married because neither of our siblings are married.
Yeah.
But it's a different path that you look at when you see it from that lens.
Yeah.
But what did High Vibe say? Did y'all meet in the produce section? Okay, so have we ever no
Yeah. We talked
we
about
told the story. Tommy and I actually met in college. Lived in the same dorm, freshman and sophomore year
yeah.
apparently. I
Apparently,
didn't know we
I
lived in the
didn't know you
same
lived over there
like we
either.
lived in on campus apartments our sophomore year. Same building though. And then junior year, he moved to one set of student apartments off campus. I moved to another set of student apartments off campus. And that was pretty much it for us.
Mm-hmm.
We always knew each other. We kept in touch, or not kept in touch, but we like saw each other throughout our 4 years
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Um, and Tommy and I were cool. Like freshman year, we hung out with each other. It
Yeah.
was never like me and Tommy,
Right. Right.
but it
Right.
was like our friends were our friends. Like when we got married, our wedding party, with the exception of our family members, all knew each other
Yeah.
because they were friends in college.
Basically, we had to have the conversation of, did you
Did you talk to any of my friends?
right?
um, and then we both lost touch. Like after college, I moved back home. He moved back home. And as I said earlier, Tommy thought he had a daughter at 20. He moved to Georgia to be closer to her. He got his job to transfer him down here. I was trying to move to New York, and my mom was not comfortable with me just taking the leap and going to New York. So she was like, "You got to give me something that's drivable.
Yeah.
So if something happens, I can get to you because a plane ticket is not always guaranteed." So my one of my cousins were actually two of my cousins were here because Hubert is my cousin. Hubert was here, and then one of my other cousins, Crystal, was living here. And so she was like, "Give me 2 years so that I know that
Hey,
you can take care of yourself away from home."
go back up.
I moved here, and maybe a year, like 13, 14 months into being here, Tommy and I ran into each other at the grocery store. I had just lost my job that day, and I was coming home. I went to the grocery store and bought some ice cream, and he was leaving out of the red box and or going up to the red box getting a movie. And I saw him because we went to University of Tennessee. He had on some Tennessee shorts, and he was driving a car that had Tennessee tags. And so I was like, I have to know this guy. Black guy, went to UT, looks about my age as far as like the distance that I saw him from. So I just pulled around and I stopped and I saw his face, and I was like, Tommy. He couldn't remember my name. But we exchanged numbers, found out we lived a mile down the street from each other, in different apartment complexes. And we just started like hanging out from there because I didn't have a lot of friends here. He didn't have a lot of friends here. And it was just, we started hanging out. Here
Yeah.
we are.
And what is it, 11, 12 years later? Yeah, 12.
That was 2013. So yeah, 12 years.
12 years later, we're here
Wow.
telling the story.
But yeah, when she said I was supposed to meet my husband in college, but I went to a small PWI. The selection of black men was very small, like 10. Yeah, our school during our time there, the scholarship that we were on no longer exists. But there used to actually be bus trips from like all over the state of Tennessee, bringing kids into the University of Tennessee to they called them jump trips, and they were join the university's minority program. And so, did you do the jump trip senior year?
Yeah.
So we were both on the same jump trip.
I
Did you
stayed
stay
in
in Hess?
Hess.
I stayed in Hess too.
with Tredarian.
Okay,
I don't think he remembered that.
I stayed in Hess with Jillian.
Oh,
She's a year older than us.
Jilly from the block.
No.
I don't know who Jilly is.
I'll show you her picture. You might remember her. But we So we were there the same time for that trip, and then of course we ended up going to school together. So um, we were always around each other, but
Yeah.
it's just one of them things. Um, I it UT was a weird space because when we find a black person that we don't know, that's like in our age range, we're always like, I should know him. It was one guy that we met at one music fest. He was like, "Yeah, I went to UT with y'all." I was
And
like, "No,
nobody,
you
and
didn't."
nobody was like,
He was like, I transferred in my sophomore year. I was like, "Oh, that's
yeah,
why we don't know you."
yeah, nobody.
Because by sophomore year, we weren't kicking it in like the dorms
We wasn't
anymore.
trying to meet all the black people at
Yeah,
that point.
we weren't kicking it in the dorms anymore. We were like in our own apartment, so we weren't seeing each other like from
Not right now.
like a wider spectrum of things. Um,
Man, stop.
it's about time for us to get off of here
Yeah,
because Tommy's children are
yeah,
children.
they've had enough.
D said, "My parents divorced, but mom stayed with stepdad till death.
All right, get down, get down. I know.
I probably would have married because of it. If her family is full of divorced women, you will be next. Don't matter how good of a husband you are, more times than not." I do think that that can be true to an extent because when people want to show you that it can be done alone, they will encourage you to do it alone. But also when people are like, get you a good wife, they will encourage you to stay married. Because that's been a running conversation with a couple of people in Tommy's family about a cousin. Like, we're all like, why you don't just marry this girl? And we can't understand, like, y'all been together longer than me and Tommy been together. Just get married.
I don't know who you talking about because the people I'm thinking, I'm like, y'all
What
need to break up.
I'm saying, if you're gonna be together, be together. But now that we've got new information, we do be like, y'all just gonna let this go.
Y'all need to let this go.
Stop being codependent on each other. But it has been expressed like on my side, I've been like, stop proposing to her if you ain't gonna marry her. Cause we on like ring number 3 now. Cut it out. Agreed. I come from a family of married people. I'm the third person to get a divorce in the last 3 generations. They think it's always someone better. That's true. Like, people do always think that it's someone better or something different because other people around them will point that out as it's a possibility that something else could be out there. It's more fish in the sea, but it's not always more fish in the sea. At least not that you want.
The grass ain't always greener on the other side.
It's greener where you fertilize it.
Yeah.
Speaking of true green.
Say it all this to say, marriage takes work.
It does.
And it's not a thing of you try it one time and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Or you lose one race and you just stop.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep running.
Yeah. And the thing with
That's my TED talk for the day, guys.
the thing, I look at my family now, like my grandmother's children and my grandfather's children. There are a lot of us that are married now. Like, I don't think there's very many that have been divorced.
Yeah.
But there's also quite a few unmarried people, and the unmarried ones kind of stayed where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got some that just keep trying.
Keep trying, trying. Still not working. Anyway, guys, that's our episode. I finally found where the clock was. This is right here. So y'all that's the clock. Let us know how this live went. What y'all think was it like and stuff like that. Because we trying some stuff out. This is new. Of course, we're going to like get better and better with it once we learn the software and everything like that. But let us know. Could y'all hear us? Is it clear? I think the video looks a lot better.
It's clear.
To me. And just let us know in the comments. Like this video too. Because I think that helps us get into, like, I guess the algorithm. Mm-hmm. That what they call it? Oh, algo.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Help us get that. We get more views. We can do more things. We do have. I realized today that we had some new members in our membership. That was pretty cool.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna start working on
Oh, we're gonna
more
put
stuff
Ready
for
to
that.
Love in the membership. I know we were supposed to record last weekend, but life happened. Holiday weekend. Um,
Okay.
but we are definitely going to it was clear sound and picture, bring black level down.
So it's too dark. Or now the thing about it is we're lighting two different people. Like if me and Artiga was closer in color, I think
I do think we need to bring your light over a little
yeah,
bit.
it probably do.
Yeah, we're gonna do Ready to Love. We'll eventually release it to the public whenever we get there, but we're gonna stop. Maybe that's something we can test
What?
a live on. Is Ready to Love in the membership.
Oh, okay.
See how it goes before we start saying we're gonna pre-record it.
Live. That's what you said.
I said let's try it live before we say we're gonna pre-record it
What? We can just record "Ready to Love."
to get more practice with live.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Okay.
try it live.
I missed that part.
I'm
missed
saying
it.
the same
But anyway,
thing.
we got more people in our membership, so I'm gonna start working on some ideas for the membership. Cause we had some, it's just a matter of scheduling it out. What else?
Tommy's got this what is it
I
called?
don't know what you.
Dad podcast.
Oh yeah, the dad cast, the dad exchange is coming. It's coming.
He
I've been
got the episodes. He
yeah.
just need to
I
get them
gotta
out.
sit down and record some more. I gotta
They
edit.
start dropping in June, so
Yeah.
get your
So
life together, Tommy.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it together. I got a logo and everything. So I'm working. I'm working over here.
I'm gonna start talking to you like, what's this next generation?
Don't do that to me.
What
Anyway,
Lily be doing?
yeah. Anyway, guys, we love you guys. Thank you for rocking with us for an hour and a half today. It's been fun, and we shall see you in this
It has
coming
been
week.
chaotic.
No, I think the conversation was great.
No, I'm talking about your children.
Oh, I wouldn't. I was trying not to pay them any attention, but it is hard. Anyway, we love you guys. It's Saturday. Y'all go out, have a great Saturday, enjoy yourself. Yeah. See y'all soon. Peace.
Bye, y'all.